banana network never gets old. You always wonder what's gonna happen next. Never quite what you're expecting. And I mean, that's just bananas in general for you. You think you're getting a fruit, maybe a bizarre vegetable, but it just keeps surprising you. Every single time. You think maybe you'll like bananas one day, and then you're like, nah. So, I wonder what else is out there. Gotta be something we could do better. Look. No one said it was gonna be perfect. Not always what you're expecting. And that's okay. We all have great ideas. And sometimes they just take time. Time to cook. Time to just work out. I think you'll see, though. There's something unexpected in these woods. Something truly magnificent. Are you ready to join the force? To serve and slay? Then you might be ready to join Enby's. Hi, welcome to Enby's. Are you ready to have the best meal ever? It's not gonna be your average fast food joint. We've got chickens, and they have strips. It's a bit of an issue. They keep eating their shirts off. We're not sure why the chickens are so rebellious. It's fine. It's an improvement. We'll get there. Not without your help. So, I hope you're ready to be served up something magnificent. That's the Enby's way. So, come on down to Enby's. And remember, we're better than femboy hooters. Slay. This menu is brought to you in part by bees. Why not be like the bees? Be happy. Welcome to Enby's. Are you ready? Welcome to the restaurant. It's been quite a journey. From humble beginnings to full-on whatever you want to call this station. And here we stand with a functional little restaurant-ish thing. Well, this is only just the start. Not me getting jump scared by the backdrop. Well, I thought it was gonna be easy opening a restaurant, even a fake one. Turns out it's not. But I'm ready to share, and I'm ready to make Craven, our birdie friend, behold, and get a fine dinner. Welcome on, the bird. Bird. Ah!
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my gosh. Come here.
You invited me here, and didn't tell me why. But now I am here. Admittedly, you don't tell me very often when I come to do things, but it usually is a good time, so we'll see.
Yep. Sounds about right. Alright, bird.
What did you do?
What do you mean?
Okay, you know what? The bee is adorable. Love it.
That's
it's
how
so
it
cute.
should be.
Beautiful.
Well, I'm glad you like our bee mascot. Chat is a very happy and friendly bee. Oh, and also for clarification, I cannot see the takeout orders. They are way too small. My eyes are not, like, eagle vision.
That's okay, that was just me making a comment.
Yes. I am just
I was.
alerting everyone to know that I am a bad takeout restaurant worker. Oh no, I've fumbled this already. Shh. It's...
Is this why you brought me here? You brought me here to read takeout orders because you're blind?
maybe?
You know what?
Look,
Valid.
It's not easy to run a restaurant, okay?
Look,
Especially not a fast food
if
one.
this is very true. Not speaking from experience, but just knowledge. If you have constructed this entire thing, which clearly you have, your signature is all over it, then requesting that I just read takeout orders for you is valid. So you know what? Sure, I will do that. Not a problem.
The person who feeds the people gets the army.
I've never heard that phrase before, but I'll give it to you.
It probably hasn't been said. But at the same time, if you feed the people, they will come. You win through their stomachs. So
You catch more flies with honey instead of vinegar.
I mean, I guess so. Though I don't really intend to catch flies regardless.
You don't want flies in your establishment.
Exactly. This is why I got a fly swatter, though it's elsewhere. I have learned
Admittedly,
from many a past missions. We don't fear wasps in this household.
Oh god, yeah.
Flashbacks to seeing random people running from their car being like, there's a wasp! And I'm just like, you don't have like upteen wasp just floating around your house every hour?
What a wasp
adventure.
invasion. Where you disappear into your room for 3 hours and then come back and 15 new wasps have somehow materialized into the house.
That's part of the mystery. And that was
There
all in the past. We will
there
no
is no
longer be
Warren
beholden
Bossing
to
say.
that. No,
There are
not.
no bees and NBs.
There are no bees and NBs.
Other than chat.
Mostly, I mean, yes. But I mean, at the same time, I didn't have the ability to make a plush bee just yet. There was a lot of other parts to construct before you make the bee. You have to build the restaurant before you make the bee.
Yeah, that feels like good business practice, to actually have a business before you construct any aspect of the business.
I mean, actually, I kind of disagree on that point.
Well, like, in terms of physicality. Because, like, if you don't have a place to do anything with the stuff, then, like... then it's just an idea.
If you don't have the product, then... You don't really have a business either, though, so... You win some, you lose some.
I don't think you're using that correctly, but okay.
I almost definitely am not.
Not.
Yeah. Boom. Haha! There we go.
Huh,
See,
voice.
now I can have the auto remember what I was saying function. It might not read me orders, but it'll at least tell me what I was saying.
Which is good, considering we both have an astonishing ability to forget immediately after something has been said and discussed.
Sometimes things come back to us. Other times, you just wish they didn't return to your memory.
Oh my god. Nothing in particular came to mind at that one, but I can imagine the strain. I don't know if I want to know what happened in your brain, so we're gonna move on. I see that you have some things prepared for me. What's going on?
Well, as a newly established restaurant, I thought it was important that we, have good branding and marketability for the general public. Someone's gotta make this work. Because remember, you're nothing without your weird brand war. So for some reason I chose to pick a fight with Femboy Hooters. Fight!
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I picked my competitor, and I don't know if I have the cutting edge abilities to outcompete that. However, we're just gonna go for it regardless.
We're sticking to it. We're sticking to this one.
We just want to make everyone be happy!
Happy.
Happy! You know where you'll be happy? At Enby's! See? The marketing just sells itself. That we need more bees. It just is better. I mean, I've already planned for a bit of the upscaling. I have the built-in double microphones, so I can take 2 times the working orders from the drive-thru at the same time. Innovation!
Innovation station.
Mm-hmm. Alright, now,
Okay.
bird.
Oh. Yeah, sorry. Am I in the way? Yeah, let me just shift out of the
Get
way a
over
little
here.
bit. Sorry.
Get over
There
here.
we go. I needed a better vantage point.
Yes, exactly.
I was admiring the mascot, but now I need to see the entire landscape.
I mean, we do have a nice little bit of logos and text,
I love
font,
the logos.
typography. Yeah, I really like that the bee wings are kind of like floopy.
Yeah.
So it's also like kind of giving rabbit.
I was thinking they looked kind of like antenna.
Exactly. Because
There you
Enby's
go.
is a little bit retro. It's kind of like classic diner style. Hence the uniform.
That's so cute. I love the colors.
Mm-hmm.
The color scheme is giving, which is the point, but still.
Exactly. Gotta go the full non-binary route.
Hell
Although
yeah.
the uniform is a bit more like free flow, choose your own design kind of shtick. Here, let me better show this
that
off.
feels like a good practice though, because if the whole point of this is to be like as you want to be, then having the ability to like just have your like choose your own adventure, but literally it's an outfit, then like that's a good way to make employees feel comfortable, and it's a good way to show customers that you're a welcoming environment, because people do what makes them happy, and there's no judgment involved. There shouldn't be judgment involved.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the uniform's still a bit of a work in progress. However, we have our nice little embroider.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Show the embroidery.
Aw, look at them.
There we go. Enby's. Oh, and
Beyond
of course we have
imagination. Yeah.
The chroma key on the bee. Shh, it's fine. They're very
Doing his best. It's okay.
very magical. But yeah, we have like little bee pins that we offer up to all of our guests, because then they can like make them whatever pride colors they want.
Mm-hmm.
And we also, of course, have our fun little pronoun pins. Ding!
Yeah.
Oh, the lighting!
No. Normalize sharing pronouns. Even if you're cis. Cisgender, for anybody who doesn't know what that shortened term means. Yeah. Cisgender is the gender you were assigned at birth.
And I mean, the bubbly headphones are really great. Plus a shiny hat.
Shiny hat? For me to sit upon.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think I have it set up so you could sit on my head. Maybe like...
Unlikely.
Put some slippers on the talons first, and then we'll talk.
I'm just trying to imagine the logistics of putting slippers on my feet. Like,
if you can dress up fish, then you can put slippers on birds.
What if they were flip-flops with... I guess that's just sandals. I was gonna say flip-flops with multiple, like, toe grabs, but that's just sandals. Just put... You know, like, when they put, like, little bits of cork on the end of, like, a talon? Just put little bits of cork on the end of my talon. I'm not sharp then. And I bounce.
Wait, no. I have a better idea. You can use, like, the little spacers for when you're doing, like, manicures and pedicures for your little talon bits.
Paint my talons purple.
Yes. Paint the town purple.
See, okay. I said that fully intending for it to be a reference to Akatsuki. And then I'm just like, wait a minute. No, everything's purple here. Hold on. That tracks way better than what I said.
Mm-hmm. The Naruto is real.
It is. Give me purple nails.
And we also have our lovely little slug friend.
Oh, hi, Slug Friend. I haven't seen Slug Friend in a while.
Mm-hmm. They always come by to visit at times. It's a very pleasant surprise.
Nice.
And of course, rainbow socks. All rainbows, all the time. Trying to,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Match
and we
it up
have
with my
different,
rainbow hat.
options of bottoms. So I'm currently wearing, the leather skirt version. But we also have leather pants. Don't mind me saying it that way. I just really enjoyed literal pants and the whole, what is it even called? How do I explain this? It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Except it's an entire music video based on Yugi's true power being held in his leather pants. It was actually his leather shoes all along. Yep.
I understand now why you asked me to bring this hat. Like, I usually bring it with me everywhere, but you asked me to bring this hat for a reason, I understand now.
Yep. Alright. Let me get back in the booth. Can't leave the shop on
I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling the vibe.
Alrighty. Don't worry. Rainbow Slug is here to help.
Hello.
Hello. So, the biggest holdback right now is simply the menu. I kind of stuck with the typical Wendy's type things. Kind of similar items to Femboy Hooters. However, I don't know if that's truly the right choice for us.
Okay.
Oh dear, where did the menu go? There's the menu. Perfect. Okay. So, on our menu, we have some very typical fast food pieces, such as our French pies.
That's
and
good.
Never forget our big staple item, the hamburger.
Oh.
We also have a very extra little bacony version called the Beakinator. And I mean, you can never forget the joy for the children. You gotta have the toys, you gotta have the kids' snacky items. So that's why we have the Happy Meal. And never forget, no restaurant is complete without a good little ice cream thing. Even if the ones at a certain restaurant are always broken. So, with that, we obviously have the Gender Blendy! It could be like a slush dog, so then we can have all the rainbow colors and stuff. The little slurpy whoop glopples. I don't know what they're called. But yes.
Gender Blendy. That's so good.
You get to mix all the colors and things you want. And we could even do snow cones, although I don't think you like snow cones that much.
Nope.
There's a huge
it's hard.
market
It's
for
hard
it,
to eat. It's hard for me to eat them. I have no hands, and I'm sensitive to cold. Sometimes.
True.
Selectively.
Winter bird.
I do like winter.
Mm-hmm.
Despite
we know you
literally being the personification, bird personification. What? of an entity that does not like the cold, and yet.
But hey, you're your own birdson, so.
Birdson.
Be your own birdson. Do your own thing. Oh, and never forget, we always have juice as well. The gender juice. Good stuff.
Gender juice.
It's the spot.
Gender juice.
Yeah, those are kind of the main menu items we've got going right now. So, yeah, I feel a little bit at a roadblock. I don't know if this is truly the right choice.
Not the right choice in what way? You're not sure of this being the particular kinds of food that you want, or you're not sure if it's not expanded enough?
Well, I mean, every sort of fast food joint has its own kind of shtick. There's your staples, like your hamburger places and things like that. However, you'll also have, your more adventurous places out there as well. And I'm a sucker for novelty and oddities.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if going the traditional hamburger route is the right
Mm-hmm.
menu selection. It doesn't have to be
Well,
entirely changed.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking the fast food vibes, if only because the names are adorable and I think brilliantly
Mm-hmm.
done. But I also do think because this place, I mean, like looking at it, it's got a diner vibe. And so like diner
Mm-hmm.
food would be a good inclusion. Admittedly, burgers are a diner food, so you could
Mm-hmm.
have that be the like the indication. And like
Yeah.
ice cream and like milkshakes and stuff are also technically a diner food because they've got like the machine right up on the counter, like that kind of vibe. So like
Mm-hmm.
maybe stick to the things that you have, but include some more diverse like diner style food. And if you want to be a little more adventurous, which I think part of this place's whole draw is that
Mm-hmm.
it's wild, it's unexpected, it's new, it's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So I just had this idea like fly into my head.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bee reference, not a bird reference, actually. Um but like have you ever had honey on a sandwich before?
No, I may probably, but
This
that's
is
mostly
valid.
just me making something.
There is a sandwich that I've had before, um,
Mm.
that was brie turkey and then like a honey glazed croissant
Mm.
plus a little bit of I think it was arugula. I can't remember.
Ooh,
And then
yeah.
it had apple, and then it had apple slices, specifically green apple
Mm.
slices. And that sandwich was so damn good.
Mm.
And like the honey just added an extra sweetness to it that I think would be great. So like having that just led me to this idea of like we're a bee theme, why not have some like honey items, which is like pretty easy to implement, but then you could like take it one step further and
Mm.
like just have a bunch of different unexpected like components to these foods that are like, well, as I already said, unexpected. It's just something new, something fresh to complement the nostalgia of diner food. And I don't know if fast food can technically count as nostalgia, but you get it.
I mean, it's nostalgia to some extent, I'd say. So, what if I, for one, don't really like toast? It's just the wrong texture, which is the
Mm,
appeal for most people. However, it
mm,
used to be such a treat when I was younger to just like put a bit of like melted butter and honey on like some toast.
mm.
So, like having honey as like kind of like a staple item on the menu, like you can have your tea with honey as a sweetener. Or you can have like different specialty types of honey as well. Like you could get like cinnamon ones, or like you can get the little honey candy sticks of like all sorts of fun flavors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always a sucker for anything pumpkin, so I have pumpkin spice honey sometimes. Though I also think like just even the simple things of like the toast with honey instead of just all your typical jams or marmalades. It has a direction to it. And I don't know if it's possible. However, I know you can make like those maple sugar candies. Maybe there was some way we could like incorporate different honey flavors into those. Because it doesn't have to be used as like a sugar candy. It could instead be like something you add to like melt the honey into your drink so you pick your different flavors and things. And we could do like cheese boards that have like, or not cheese boards, I guess more so a charcuterie board where you have like your different assortments of little bits of like honey flavors as well with your other like sauces and spreads. I think honey with like some crackers and stuff is an underrated concept. Yeah. Though I must say, there truly is a need for more milkshakes. We need more milkshakes in this world. And I think the fourth wall shakes would be a great idea.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, sometimes you just get stuck in the whole restaurant business and you just need a fourth wall shake in order to shake things up.
Everything vibrates.
You think you know the direction things are going, and then bam! You realized you've smacked your head into a tree or the plant, and that's why you have dirt all over your floor. And you're just like, well, I had to get potting soil regardless, and now I have no choice because I smacked my head into a tree that held a plant in my room that then spilled onto the floor. It's just the normal times.
Not a call-out post at all. This is completely unrelated.
Problems. Mm-hmm.
Hashtag just unrelatable things.
It's very me core. I didn't realize that the captioning could actually hashtag stuff, for example.
Oh, I didn't either.
It didn't make the word hashtag into a hashtag, but hashtag.
I don't think
I feel cheated.
Hashtag let's go.
Plus, hashtag let's go, but we spoke at the same time.
It only likes it when I do it. What the heck?
Okay, stop. I'm gonna do it. Hashtag stop it. Yay!
Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Okay.
Mm-hmm. See, it's so amusing.
The mystical power that puts our words into text is learning. It's learning. It's a work in progress.
Mm-hmm. Oh, actually, I just realized I have the hat. I have your hat.
It's me.
Well, actually, I have my hat. You have your tiny hat, and I have my big hat.
Where's my baby hat? Where's my baby hat?
I'll get your baby hat.
Well, I'm wearing it actually, but...
Well, I mean, I have a spare baby hat for you. Certain socky anime girl stole it from me. Yeah, baby hat.
Excuse me? Hey, I'm glad you have a backup, because I lose things like crazy.
Yeah, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Oh my, please, I don't know. We ended on bad terms.
I know, it happens. But yeah, see? Now you both have our hats.
Look at us.
Just two birds being birds. No! I'm trying so hard not to start singing the meme.
I don't know which meme you're talking about, but I had one in my head now, so...
Dudes being bros, you know.
Just guys being dudes.
Yep. It's only fair we get to float and have a fun time with femboy hooters. Politely. We love them, but we're also competing against them in some fashion or manner, I guess.
This is a friendly competition, but we aim to win. And we aim to win without doubt. There we go, that's the word. I was going to say consequence, but there will be consequences.
Yeah.
A natural progression.
I guess so. Whatever works, man. Mm-hmm. Still, I think
friendly.
we need to... Yes, very friendly. I still think we need to, like, make more pins of some sort. Because, like, we got the base bee. However, I feel like we gotta have other designs.
Other designs color-wise or character-wise?
Oh, no, it's a you colored in yourself type thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Just like other base pattern designs for the coloring sheets, I guess.
Yeah, it's like if we have these like the images that are just printed onto a piece of paper, we can hand them out to people as they come in to to eat, and then while they wait for food, they can color it in, and then if they would like, we can turn that into a pin for them.
Yeah, it's like a button station.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Though I think we have to make a chip rack as well, because somewhere we gotta get rid of the Craven chips and the croaking bags. They just don't really move on their own.
I will eat them.
Yeah, I know. We all get hungry for chips sometimes. However, it's like, they just kind of sit around. We gotta, like, move the product. Gotta commit to the sales. Make the stuff schmoovin'. Gotta pick up the force. full steam ahead. Or if you're moving one of those giant shopping carts, but it's on tile floor, so it goes clunk, 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 choo choo is the answer. Choo choo! Look, I might have had too much fun because the cart was very clunky. That's what happens when you have to go and shop for all your restaurant equipment. I enjoyed it.
Doing a big shop is fun.
I don't have background music. Look, here's a fourth wall shake. Do I?
You do. It's very quiet, but it's there. I promise you, it is there.
I don't know how, though. It's just not in the land.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I can hear the sound.
I know, but like, I don't.
Have you hidden a speaker somewhere that you've just forgotten about?
See,
like,
it's normally called in by a source, and the source is not in here. That's why I'm like, what has happened? Yeah, this is why I'm like,
well,
fixed.
Through some mystical power that may or may not have been me. I'm not claiming anything. There is background music. The speakers are working in the restaurant. Everything's fine.
Okay. Sometimes I get worried.
I know. It's okay. The audio problems are our biggest enemy a lot of the time.
Yeah, I feel that so much. You think, oh, maybe you just, like, connect this wire and then you know, fry a bunch of stuff. Oops.
At least your mic is plugged in.
Shh.
That's not that I realized that was technically a dig at you personally. I did not mean it as a dig at you personally.
It wasn't the microphone. It was the computer I didn't plug in.
Oh,
which
okay.
is somehow worse.
Listen, it's okay.
Actually, no. The confusion and fear of I had audio doubling for so long simply due to the fact that I was lazy and didn't plug my mic in all the time, and then it wouldn't connect the two systems, so I would be hearing the mic use my headphones as a speaker, but also my other microphone was being used as well at the same time, and then I would hear all of that at once. It was terrifying. So yeah, try not to have hauntings in your stereo systems and stuff. Very important. You don't want people coming into your fast food restaurant and just hear, like, you know, random death screams if that's not the intended theme. Like, if you're a haunted restaurant, then by all means. If you're trying to be something a little bit cozy, then, yeah, maybe not a good choice. It happens sometimes. We're supposed to be happy here, so we gotta be what we wanna be and see. And sometimes that's still bopping out to, like, death metal. And other times, it's about singing about trains.
If I could scream about music, oh, that'd be awesome. It would ruin my throat.
Yeah, true. I mean, you only get so many blessings at times. You're already blessed with the ability to have the man voice. You already sometimes just wake up with a morning man voice. It's unfair.
I wake up in the morning with man voice.
If only. If only. I'm stuck with this. I'm stuck with Kermit the Frog or Mickey Mouse-ish, but usually just becomes, like, terrifying laughter goofy. Yeah. I tried to do Miss Piggy's voice again the other day, and I cannot remember it or place it at all. I know I was pretty bad at it to begin with. This is just a new low. Miss Piggy! Okay! It's so bad! I just vocal fry it, and it's awful. How are people gonna understand me through the drive-thru if I talk like that? Sigh.
They will learn.
They will learn? Sometimes, like, it's not even that people are mispronouncing something. I will just be so confused. I, like, stood for, like, 2.5 minutes, like, looking around, being so confused and discombobulated. I thought someone was saying pinky, and I'm like, there's nothing pink. I just kept looking. It turns out they were saying pretty, and I was just being incompetent.
Listen, audio processing issues are a commonality in our group of misfits, so I think it's fair. I am probably the worst offender. I can't hear things like 66% of the time.
Yeah.
Random statistic that I just pulled out of nowhere.
I mean, you and Calamity both. I have to be face to face staring you down, being like, listen, I said this thing. And then sometimes it's just like sometimes it's sometimes it's good old ADHD brain of just like, I have told you and remind you of a thing and you've instantly forgotten. And it's just like, breakfast was made 2 hours ago. Eat the food, please. You ordered this food and you have not eaten it or picked it up. Please, eat your food. Why else come to my restaurant?
Because I like hanging out with you.
I mean, that's true. That's me. I just go to shops just to talk to people for 5 hours straight. And then I'm like, oh, I forgot to, like, do all my errands that I actually went out for.
Things that I have to do. Me sitting like, moms at Target who, like, see someone that they haven't talked to in, like, 2 weeks, and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna catch up with them. And then 5 hours later, their kid is outside. Help me.
This was me as a child. I would, like, just be out somewhere, or like an after school activity ended, and then my mom is just like chatting for like 2 hours, and I'm like, I have to entertain myself somehow.
I don't know how ADHD brain wasn't noticed in me for so long. I think it probably was noticed and it just wasn't commented upon, because I couldn't even go to like museums without being like moving through every exhibit at rapid pace. Like I love dinosaurs. I spent the most time in the dinosaur exhibit at like the museums that I went to like visit. The only museum that I could spend a full day in without immediate like I could go through a museum in probably 2 hours. Like an entire museum. I could just walk through it, look at something for 2 seconds and be like, "Okay, I'm good. I've acknowledged everything that is a part of this piece of art that's 300 years old." Like, and it's not that I'm not admiring the how beautiful the piece is, or like the intense amount of work and like ingenuity that had to go into making this like really intricate design of a machine that is doing something. I just don't have the attention span to look at it and be like fully engaging in what it is that makes it a thing. It's like, if it's a picture, I look at it and I'm like, that's a picture, that's cool, okay, I'm moving on to the next one. Like I don't know how this wasn't flagged before.
I mean, to be honest, I'm honestly the same way. Like, for the most part, museums, it's just a speed of processing. It's like, I examine the thing, I've evaluated, I've made my interest points. I usually have to find ways of wasting times at museums, because it's like, okay, I can like easily, it's like me. Some people, when they go to Costco, they're just like, I'm a unit, like, get in my foods and stuff and get out, and they're just like, zoom in.
Me?
This is like, yeah, this is me with like museums and conventions. It's I'm going to just speed run through everything and evaluate stuff as fast as humanly possible. Get in, get out.
Well, it's just like for like going to grocery stores in particular, I have to do the go through fast thing, because if I don't, I will end up buying like 5 to 10 more items than I came to the store needing. Like if I go to the grocery store by myself, it's very rare that I will get anything that wasn't on my list, unless I've forgotten something that was that like I was supposed to put on the list and then I'm reminded of it, which happens a lot, admittedly. But when I go to the grocery store with literally anybody else, we are there for at least 30 minutes longer than I was supposed to be there for, and we end up coming home with multiple more items than were intended.
Yeah, I just remember taking to the hardware store the wall of door handles.
That was one of the worst days
I
for
had to
like
like restrain you. You were just
yeah,
like,
we went to
bro.
a hardware store. For anyone who is not aware of this piece of lore about me, me, we went to a hardware store and like I knew this would be we both knew this would be a problem going into the hardware store, that there was going to be a lot of things that I was going to be like, "Whoa," just looking at, because I like hardware stores. But we get to the aisle that is just handles and knobs, and I'm literally saying out loud as we're walking down the aisle, I can't stop. I cannot. I physically cannot stop myself from turning these knobs and messing with these handles. You need to get me out of this aisle. I had to be dragged out. Quite
Yep,
literally.
yep.
Because I'm like, I need to turn all of them. I must.
And it was right next to the faucet section with all the fixtures. So it was like,
Yeah.
no.
It's like, no, this is worse. And then we got to like the wood plank aisle, and I'm like, I wanna smell all of these. Because I like the smell
Yep.
of wood, even though my sense of smell is literally terrible.
2 bird distractions, 1 aisle. The
Look,
new version of 2 birds, 1 stone.
okay, that's better than what I went to.
Oh, okay. What happened?
I cannot say out loud what I went to.
I fear. I hope it's alright.
I'll tell you later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, there was something I was gonna say, Bird.
This happens a lot.
Oh, yes. If you take a bird to the hardware store. There we go.
If you take a bird to the hardware store, they will be happy. And they will
Oh, you
spend
don't
way
know what
longer
I'm
there.
referencing.
Are you talking about if you give a mouse a cookie?
Nope. If you
Oh,
let
never
the
mind
pigeon
then.
drive the bus.
Well, that's the same. Yeah, that's the same concept.
It's probably the same author. However,
I don't
I
think it
know.
is,
Oh,
but
really?
no, I don't think it is, because if nothing else, it's a completely different artist. I know that for a fact. But
Yeah, because they were
like
very
the
different
concept,
styles.
yeah, because like if you give a mouse a cookie, there's other like in big quotations sequels to that book that, like, if you give a moose a muffin, I forget literally all of the others, but I know there are multiple more. Um and like same concept, but like I think it's the same author, whereas the pigeon one is, I think, the same author that does the pigeon books, because the pigeon books have their own series. So I think it's different.
Yeah.
I am not
Huh.
confident in that, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say, got any grapes?
Oh god, no, not that. Calamity references that far too frequently. An ADHD brain will latch on, and I will not shut up for 2 hours, or 2 days, I mean.
I mean, I'm the same way. It's just like the same random set of memes I've picked up over and over again. And then new ones added to the roster, and it's like, okay, here we go. This is just how it is. And that's perfectly fine. This is why we get such great restaurants. Like, I've tried so hard to explain how this came to be, and honestly, it's a bit of a disaster. Basically, for clarification, I saw someone else have this whole joke of like, oh my gosh, if we like hit this goal, I'll do like a femboy Hooters. And I was just like, oh yes, this must be a thing that people know about and or do. So I made a non-binary Wendy's. And I don't even know where this whole thing started from. But here we are, duking it out against femboy Hooters in a friendly manner. And I'm pretty happy with this. Although I fear some people might think this is somehow more Jollibees themed. And I'm like, fair. There's a lot of bees in this. As long as I don't think we're Billy Bee Honey, then we're fine. Listen, and remember, folks, according to all known laws of aviations, a bee should not be able to fly.
And yet, the bee do what the bee does.
Do what the bee does. It's being its best. Aw, I love bee dubs. Bloop.
Mwah.
Mwah. Yeah.
A little
Happy.
bee
Oh.
crawls out of the rose and kisses you back.
Whoop. Imagine if I had this as a mascot face. Ooh, ooh,
Detroit
ooh,
become
ooh, ooh.
bee.
Yes. Oh no. Oh, terrifying remembrance. Barry B. Benson, Virgin Killer Sweater.
Oh,
Why? Sometimes it's like, you know what? This is so cursed. I just gotta go for it. We gotta bring in the B fans. Why not just have B movie fans? Be fans of not just the B movie, but other classic B movies, like Evolution with the alien smiley face. Shampoo is the answer to the alien warfare. Or was it conditioner? Now I'm upset that I don't know which it was. I think it's shampoo and conditioner. Oh well.
I don't recall.
Yeah, I like some really campy random old films for some reason. I don't know what it was about that film, but as a kid, I was just like, yes, I love this, like, scrunkly, disgusting alien dog thing that, like, took over this granny's house, and she just mistook it for her dog because she couldn't see with her glasses. It's basically like if Slimer became a scrunkly dog thing. Yeah. I don't know why,
Okay.
I just found it very endearing, and I was like, yeah! And that was all I needed as a kid. And
Tracks.
also the whole, like, caca, like, locating each other thing. That was all I needed, and I was happy, I was satisfied with the movie. Shampoo, explosion at the end, yes.
That's a character moment.
I'm a simple bee. I'm a simple bee, a simple bean.
I simply be.
I just be. Kinda campy. What about the camp bee? It's a camping tent for bees. Okay, maybe that could be the mobile food truck, but one step at a time. We've only just got the location started. Yeah. So many bee puns are out there. I still haven't even made the bee boards. Like, I gotta advertise this better.
We can work on that. Cause yeah, I'm all in. I like this idea. This is a vibe. I like being here.
Thank you for having me onto the Shark Tank. I will humbly accept your devotional offer of your birdly wisdom and services towards Enby's.
But of course. A lady.
Happy to be of service.
Service.
I don't have a milady hat on hand right now, unfortunately.
The hat that I'm wearing is kind of milady. It's too big of a brim, unfortunately, but
yours is a proper, like, cowboy shape. I thought it was a fedora.
No. No, it's yes, a fedora, but just kind of like anything with a brim, quite honestly.
Oh, okay.
That isn't like huge. Like a sombrero wouldn't work. And like the cowboy hat is a bit too far. It's just the angle.
Oh, okay. So like this one's too big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Too big. The hat wears me.
Yeah, if you got a cowboy hat, you gotta say darling.
Ain't that just darling? My eyeballs are off kilter.
Oh dear.
Oh.
I think that's...
Sometimes you forget to place your eyes, and then you're like, well, this is troublesome.
That's okay.
All in good time. Yeah. I'll grab my fedora and milady another time.
Yeah.
Darling.
But yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good here. I'm liking what you're doing. I'm invested. I'm willing to talk.
All right.
And I like the bee. The bee's cute.
Yes, we need more bees.
And all this talk of food's made me hungry.
Yep, and some bee boards and some bee ideas.
Yeah.
Cause you gotta be all that you can be when you're serving at the Enby's. I still need rainbow suspenders, though. I am so disappointed. I think the only pair I had are broken. And or misplaced.
Yeah, well.
Gotta commit to the bit. Alright. I think it's time we celebrate with a good old end to our first restaurant debut with a nice, non-spooky commercial.
Ooh, a commercial?
Yes. Let's head back over to the television. What? Up close and personal. Bing.
Ooh, we've entered the digital realm.
That was the enemies, folks. But there's more where that bird from. If I can read. Sometimes I struggle. Alright.
Hello. Welcome. I guess it's goodbye, actually.
No, we throw on the banana briefly.
Oh.
For the big announcement.
Big. Brought out my Alistair voice.
Alright. We're lowering our volume so that we can appreciate what wonderful announcement there is to come.
Are we MST3King this?
I don't know what that means.
Mr. Science Theater 3000.
Not exactly.
Minus the shadows. Like, we're just watching. Oh!
You ready?
Hello.
This was the announcement. I will explain. There is so much to unpack.
Look at them go.
Swim it out. What a fish-tacular performance. You're flopping along. They know where it's at. Oh, it's so good.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. Skill shot.
Oh god.
Eating time. Yep.
Inhaled water.
It's easier to just pull it up by what? Well, don't know what to tell you. Other
I have no
than
idea if that could be picked up.
Yarg Harg.
Yarg harg.
Look,
All
I know
right.
what it seems like. Oh my goodness. I tell you, for 3 hours straight yesterday, I fully danced and performed in costume, singing that song to get that
Oh boy.
take.
Oh boy.
I was absolutely overheated and exhausted at the end. I was like, oh
that'll
my gosh.
happen.
So, I have to redo the take still.
That's
I
fine.
I got the lyrics down finally, except it was entirely out of timing with the song.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, I gotta redo it. It was like so good. It's so good.
It's coming along brilliantly. I remember scaly dancing being just a concept, and then it was starting to be constructed, and to see it so close to its final form is enjoyable beyond compare.
Yeah, like we filmed this back in February.
Yeah, oh my god. Was it really February that we filmed that?
Yes. It was either
Lord
February
almighty.
or like March. Like it's oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. Cause I think basically we were going to do it in February, and then whatever happened, and I think the date ended up being March 8th. I think is when we actually filmed it, and then ate the fish afterwards.
And then I don't think I did.
I thought you had some.
I think I would have been against eating them.
You were at the table with us. We all had something, and I think we all had at least a bit of it.
I don't think I ate it though.
Well, no, because we had other fish that we prepared as well.
No, yeah, I know. It's just I don't think I ate fish trick Swayze.
I think Basil ate most of fish trick Swayze. The second fish,
for sure.
The second
Basil
fish
didn't care.
The second fish I've sacrificed to Basil. Blessed be. Basil ate the first fish I went on a date with. I gave the fish a makeover and I was like, I don't know what to do with this. I feel bad to just like sacrifice them to the woods or something. And Basil just said, throw it in the freezer. I'll come over in a week and I'll prepare it and cook it. And I was like, okay, sure, bro.
Basil is a bizarre. This is coming from me, knowing you, both of us together. Basil is a unique human being.
And Basil describes you as like his most normal friends. Like what? That's unfair. Oh my goodness. Why do you get to be the normal friends?
It's a burden I bear heavily.
I guess so. Meanwhile, I'm just like, I will pick a fight with Basil. Oh my gosh. Chatting with Basil's family, and it's just like, yes, here's my normal friend, the normalest of all, and then here's, like, Yucan, the absolute gremlin, and I'm like, bro, if you're gonna dish it, I'm gonna dish it right back. Oh, good times. We love roasting each other. We gotta make more weird videos together. I'm really excited going forward. Because as much as this is an absolute, what did I just see? I'll tell you. That's a song of dirty dancing, but with actual fish puppeted. Look at our dead fish friends that we put paper outfits on. They're great. Because we need more silly songs. We can't just let music be all, like, so professional and profound. What happened to rap battles about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches being not as good as, like, just any other sandwich because I don't really like peanut butter?
Which that's a wrong take, but
I think you're wrong. If it's not purple, it's not good enough.
What if we dye it purple?
No. The lie.
Then you are a liar!
The cake is a lie!
The cake is a lie!
So.
Do you want me to go on a fucking... Sorry. Do you want me to go on a red velvet rant?
No,
did so well.
there's no red velvet rant. What I'm saying is that we need to challenge music to be more interesting
Unique.
and spontaneous. So,
Yeah.
as for the big
Alright.
spooky announcement, it is plain and simply 48-hour film challenge. This November, we are going to have an open call for a 48-hour film challenge, where essentially you're going to be given some weird prompt that, you know, this person makes. The person who makes a musical about fish dancing based on the Time of My Life song from Dirty Dancing and makes it into a sea shanty for the pun of Scallywag? Yeah, scathing. I'm gonna make a list of really bizarre and weird prompts, and then you get 48 hours to make an entire song of this theme or suggestion. There's obviously some extra little rules and caveats to keep things interesting. And then after that, you get about, I think, almost 2 weeks to make some sort of music video to go along with it before the final unveiling and presentation. So, I realize I didn't properly link the actual link. However, hey, I have an actual explanation for the entire sort of contest setup and stuff to share. So yes, that will be added to the Badooply box below.
Heck yeah.
Once I, you know, chug tea. And maybe a gender blending. I kind of want a, like, milkshake smoothie thing now. I don't know.
You're making me want a milkshake.
Mm-hmm.
Which I should not eat. Do you know how much cheese I ate yesterday? Too much.
Birds should not eat cheese.
I do anyway.
Respect your birds. Oh,
If
and
the
then
bird
always...
chooses to eat the cheese, the bird will eat the cheese.
Yeah. Also, I keep forgetting. The chicken strip, bro. This chicken always tries to strip and flash people, and it's frustrating because they're very cute, but like, why? Why you not keep your shirt on, chicken? What the heck?
Let the chicken be what the chicken wants to be.
Well, the chicken is being nude, and I asked for it to not be nude, because I'm afraid I'll lose its shirt. So, if you're ready for a musical madhouse of absolute bizarre cacophonies, and even possibly weirder music videos, I hope you're ready for a 48-hour beat drop challenge. Mic drop. I don't have the auto command end buttons. Though I'll try if I can remember the smack the buttons. Welcome to Enby's.
It's been fun, folks.
Yeah. We serve up fine memes and be sometimes a little bit drama queens. That's okay. Bye-bye! Thanks for shopping at our diner! That's right, we're converting to a diner. We're no longer affiliated with